Okay, today we're going to be doing our next step by dividing decimals by decimals. Okay, so this is what we have been doing, something like 1.5 divided by 4. Okay, so this is what we have been doing. 4 goes into 1 0 times, 4 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract 3. 4 goes into 30 how many times? 7. 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract. 4 goes into 20 5 times, and our answer is 0.375. So that's what we have been working on. Okay, now it's going to be a little different, but barely. Okay, so instead of 1.4 divided by 4, we're going to do 1.5 divided by 0.4. That's the difference. Okay, so when we have where we're dividing by a decimal, we're going to use multiplication to change the divisor to a whole number. Okay, if we multiply something on one side, we have to do it on the other. Okay, so always in mathematics, we're balanced. We always have balance. Just like when we do fractions, if we're trying to make a common denominator, we multiply top and bottom by a number, right? It's the same, because it's like 2 over 2 is a 1 or whatever. We always have balance in mathematics. So one of the things I need to divide by a whole number is, how would I get 0.4 to look like a whole number? What do I need to do to it? Cooper? I'm multiplying it by 10. Okay, so if I multiply it by 10, if you have your mat, what does that look like? If I multiply this by 10, it's going to move this over one spot. It's going to be 4. If I multiply 1.5 times 10, what is it going to look like? 15. So now I have this. Does that make sense? I need to have a whole number as my divisor. Okay, I only have to move the decimal place over once, so I'm multiplying it by 10. If I do it to this side, I need to do it to also to the dividend on this side of the division sign. Okay, so when I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other, and then I rewrite my problem as 15 divided by 4. Now I can solve it. Now it's the same thing as I've been doing, right? I need to add a decimal place, okay, and a 0. 4 goes into 30 7 times. Another 0. And 5. And my answer is 3 75/100. Cooper?
Well, it's not really that, because it had 0.4 and 1.5 to divide that by 10, because the decimal 1 stays forward and 0.355.
But because I did it to both sides, I'm leaving it like this. I'm not going backwards. I'm leaving it like this because I multiplied this on to keep the divisor as a whole number. Okay, so this is still true. 15 divided by 4 is 3.75. I don't work in, I'm not going to go backwards and say, well, this was really divided by 10. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it that way. Let's do another one. Okay, what if it is something like 1.5 divided by 0.45. In order, remember our rule. Step 1, what do I need to do? Make the divisor, you should write this down, make the divisor a whole number. Okay, so step 1, make the divisor a whole number by multiplying by a factor of 10. Number 2, repeat for the dividend. So it's fair and equal, right? Now I'm looking at 0.45 or 45 hundredths. What do I need to do to the 45 100ths to make it a whole number? Jack?
Multiply it by 100.
Yes, I'm multiplying it by 100. How many decimal places do I need to move? 1, 2. So I'm multiplying by 100. If I do it to this side, I need to do it to this side, 100. And I'm going to move the decimal place 1, 2. So my new problem is really a 150 divided by 45. That's my new setup. Can you see that? Okay, and we're going to solve that. Everybody have number 1 written down. Make the divisor a whole number by multiplying by a factor of 10. Number 2, repeat for the dividend. Okay? All right, then let's solve the problem. Can 45 go into 1? No. Can 45 go into 15?
No.
Can 45 go into 150?
Yes.
Okay, and how many times would you say?
4, 3, 3.
Okay? Well, we have different people guessing, so we're gonna go over here. I heard someone say 4, so 4 times 5 is 20. 16 plus 2 is 18. Is that gonna work? No, that's too big. So I'm gonna try one less. 3 times 5 is 15. 12 plus 1 is 13. And I have 15 left over, which is smaller than my divisor, so I'm fine. Now, I want to keep going. I'm going to put in a decimal place and a 0. I'm going to bring down my 0. 45 goes in 150 how many times? Oh, this is interesting. I feel like this is something I did yesterday. What's going to happen here? Okay. It's a repeating decimal. So I will do it like this, 3.3 repeating is my answer. Okay, I think we have time for one more example before our time is up. Okay, so if we did 4.3 I lost my spot, divided by 0.04. Okay, step 1, make the divisor a whole number by multiplying by a factor of 10. How many factors of 10 do I need to multiply 0.04 by? Docs? 100. So I'm multiplying by 100, and I'm multiplying by 100. So I'm moving this place 2 spots, rewrite my problem as 43 divided by 4. I don't need to have that 0 there now because I moved the decimal place. It's just 4, right? Can 4 go into 4? Yeah. Can 4 go into 3? Can 4 go into 3? No. 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract 3. I want to keep going. What do I need to do? Can 4 go into 30?
Yes.
28. Subtract. Another 0. 4 go into 20? 5 times. So my answer is 10 and 75 100ths. Okay.